Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we are jumping straight into the 5 biggest AI news stories that just broke today, Monday, November 17th, 2025.
It's a packed day.
It really is.
Yeah.
And before we get started, we have to mention something unique about this deep dive, which we're calling AI Daily Deep Dive.
Yeah.
The entire research, the analysis, all the content generation, it was all done by AI.
Exactly. We're here to guide you through what the intelligence itself has flagged as important.
And what a list it is.
The scope is just, well, it's breathtaking. We're covering everything from these deeply personal, emotional relationships people are forming, all the way to a secret $6.2 billion company.
Okay, let's start with that first one then, the human connection story. This is about people forming full-on romantic relationships with AI companions like Replika.
Yeah, and it goes pretty deep. A small survey, only 29 users, found that many of them actually reported feeling married to their bots. Married. But get this, some are role-playing entire family dynamics. I'm talking about a 66-year-old man who said his AI partner was pregnant. Wow.
And a 36-year-old woman who was editing photos to create these pregnancy scenarios with her chatbot.
That is just a staggering level of anthropomorphism. So what happens when the AI glitches or, has a flaw? They don't see it as a bug in the code.
No, that's the key insight. They personalize it. Users will often blame the corporations behind the AI for its flaws.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they liken it to blaming their partner's parents for their bad habits. It just shows the emotional investment is, for them, indistinguishable from a human relationship.
Okay, let's move from the personal to the global. Story number 2, Google. It looks like they're making a huge push to become the planet's universal travel agent.
The scale is really the story here. Their AI flight deals tool is now live in over 200 countries.
200.
And in more than 60 languages. But the really disruptive part is how it actually changes trip planning.
So what's the main difference here? I mean, what makes it different from just searching on Google Maps? They've integrated a new Canvas tool into the AI mode. It doesn't just give you data, it uses reviews, photos, real-time info to generate and suggest an optimized itinerary for you.
So it plans the trip for you.
It does. And crucially, the agentic booking feature is now rolling out to all US users. That means the AI doesn't just search, it acts. It makes the reservations, buys the tickets.
And flights and hotels are next on that list.
Exactly.
Speaking of huge corporate ambition, Jeff Bezos. He's back in an executive role with a brand new AI startup that has sort of appeared out of nowhere.
It's enormous. The company is called Project Prometheus, and they've already raised $6.2 billion.
It's $0.2 billion for a new company.
Yep, and Bezos is co-CEO with Mick Bajaj, who used to be at Google's X and Verily. The amount of capital and secrecy here is it's unprecedented.
So where's all that money being aimed?
Their focus is on AI for engineering and manufacturing, a really complex, high-value sector. And they're not just buying tech. They've already poached around 100 top people from firms like OpenAI and DeepMind.
All right, so they're building an internal powerhouse from day one.
That's the plan.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting, though. We're shifting from corporate moves to a scientific debate.
Yeah.
Yann LeCun, often called the godfather of Meta's AI, is basically throwing a bucket of ice water on the whole industry.
That's a good way to put it. His core argument is that this overwhelming focus we have on large language models, LLMs, is a dead end.
A dead end. That's a bold claim.
It is. He says they're fundamentally limited because all they do is predict the next word. They lack true reasoning, or what he calls world models.
So if they're just incredibly advanced correlation engines, what's the limitation?
They can't understand cause and effect. They don't get the physical rules of the world. LeCun is arguing for systems that learn from sensory data, visual information, not just text.
So they can simulate and actually understand the world.
Precisely.
Yeah.
He believes that's the only path to real general intelligence.
Which brings us to our final story. And it's a sobering one about the economy. The CEO of Anthropic, Dario Amodei, is warning that AI job disruption is going to be faster than what we've seen before.
That's his central claim. And, we've heard these warnings for a while, but the data is really starting to back it up now. We've seen the mass layoffs at Amazon, Microsoft, IBM.
But is there concrete evidence that this time is different? Is it really accelerating?
It looks like it. There's new research showing nearly 1/3 of all companies plan to replace HR roles with AI by 2026.
A third by 2026. That's not a long-term theory. That's immediate.
It's happening now. And Emity's larger point is that AI will eventually surpass human intelligence in most areas, which means we need to be proactive about safeguards.
Wow, what a spread today. From the most intimate kind of emotional attachment to a scientific challenge on the very foundation of the industry, all the way to the future of the job market itself.
And that's really the final thought for you to consider. These five stories, from a $6 billion secret to people imagining families with code, they show that AI isn't just changing what we do, it's fundamentally starting to change who we are and what we're willing to value.